What if I told you that a single piece of rubber could fundamentally change the way you play table tennis? What if the very physics of spin and speed were being rewritten by one of the biggest names in the sport? The whispers are getting louder, the rumors more intense. Butterfly is on the verge of releasing something that isn't just an incremental update. It's a potential revolution, the ZYRE-03. Before we dive into the incredible details, I want to ask you, what do you look for in the perfect rubber? Is it unbelievably heavy spin that makes your opponents freeze? Is it explosive power that comes from a solid, confident feel? Or is it the promise of a new technology that pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible? Keep your expectations in mind as we explore what might be the most exciting release of the year. Let's break down what makes the ZYRE-03 so unique, starting with its revolutionary construction. The core innovation is called Ricochet technology. For years, the trend in tensor-style rubbers has been towards softer top sheets for better dwell time. Butterfly has flipped this concept on its head. The key to Ricochet is drastically shortening the pimple structure and packing those pimples together at an incredibly high density, right up to the legal limit. This design, known internally as Development Code 303, is a complete game changer. So, what does this short pimple structure actually do? First, it significantly enhances the rubber's surface strength. Because the pimples are so short and dense, they are far less prone to excessive deformation or tearing upon impact. Butterfly's internal tests claim the ZYRE-03 has a surface strength approximately 40% higher than the renowned Technics 0-5. This means dramatically improved durability against chips and tears, even if you accidentally knock your racket against the table. Second, and more importantly, this structure drastically improves performance. The shorter pimples reduce the gap between the top shed base and the sponge underneath. This allows energy from the ball to be transferred to the sponge more directly and efficiently, minimizing energy loss. Furthermore, because the surface of the sheet deforms less easily upon contact, the ball sinks in slightly, increasing the contact area between the ball and the rubber. This larger contact area translates into significantly enhanced grip and friction, which is the primary source of its unprecedented spin generation. Now, let's talk about the sponge. To compensate for the thinner top sheet created by the short pimples, Butterfly has made the sponge extra thick. The ZYRE-03 comes in sponges up to 2.7 mm. To put that in perspective, a ZYRE-03 with a 2.5 sponge has an overall thickness roughly equivalent to a traditional 1.9 rubber, and the 2.7 version matches a former 2.1 mm rubber. This thick sponge is paired with Butterfly's high-performance Spring Sponge X, the same deep red sponge used in the Technics series, which is known for combining high deformation with high rebound. It grips the ball and fires it back with tremendous force. Despite the thick, hard sponge, rated around 44 degrees on Butterfly's scale, which is considered quite firm, the overall weight is managed well. The thin, dense top sheet is paired with the thicker, less dense aerated sponge, resulting in a weight that's only about 1 gram heavier than a Technics 0-5 and about 2 grams lighter than a Technics 0-9C in uncut form. This clever design prevents the rubber from becoming too heavy and slowing down your swing speed. The playing sensation of the ZYRE-03 is being hailed as a new generation of feel. Despite its firm sponge, players report a surprisingly refined and connected feel upon impact, a significant departure from the often harder and more direct feedback of traditional rubbers with similar hardness. This enhanced dwell time and control are accompanied by a quieter, more subdued sound of the racket, a direct result of its optimized energy transfer and dramatically reduced energy loss. This engineering marvel translates into a tangible performance boost. The arc is notably higher and more pronounced, while the ball placement is deeper on the table. This combination allows you to unleash full power from any position, whether close to the table, at mid-distance, or far back, with remarkable consistency. It successfully bridges the gap between extreme high performance and exceptional stability. This is particularly effective for shots like powerful backhand topspins from mid-distance, where the high, safe trajectory ensures the ball drops onto the table with heavy spin and reliability. Now, let's compare it directly to its siblings in the butterfly Dicnix family, versus Dicnix 0-5. The Dicnix 0-5 is the gold standard all-rounder, famous for its perfect balance of spin and speed. The ZYRE-03 takes spin to a completely new level. Butterfly themselves state that the jump in spin performance from Dicnix 0-5 to ZYRE-03 is as significant as the leap from Bryce Speed to Tenergy 05 back in the day. The ZYRE-03 offers a higher trajectory and a more pronounced kicking arc after the bounce. While D05 is brilliant everywhere, the ZYRE-03 truly shines when you use a close racket angle and commit to aggressive, brushing strokes. Versus Dicnix 0-9C. The Dicnix 0-9C features a sticky top sheet on a spring sponge, blending Chinese tackiness with Japanese elasticity. It's a monster for serves and loops near the table. The ZYRE-03, while being a tensor rubber, generates its spin through extreme grip and friction, not tackiness. It offers a completely different feel, more catapult and a longer, deeper trajectory compared to the D09C's more direct and contained feel. Notably, several pros like Francisca and Miwa Horimoto have switched from D09C to ZYRE-03 on their forehand, suggesting its performance surpasses what's possible with a sticky hybrid rubber. Versus Dicnix 64. Dicnix 80. The Dicnix 64 is the speed specialist in the family, designed for flat hits and explosive counters. The Dicnix 80 offers a middle ground, with a slightly harder sponge than the 64 for a bit more control and driving power. The ZYRE-03 is not primarily about outright speed, it's about spin-dominated power. Its thick sponge provides a solid, powerful feel, but its defining characteristic is the heavy, kicking arc it imparts on the ball, which is different from the flatter, faster trajectory of the D64. So, who is this rubber for? The ZYRE-03 is a top-tier rubber designed for advanced players who rely on heavy spin, aggressive topspin strokes, and counterlooping from all distances. It demands good technique and physical strength to compress the hard sponge and unlock its full potential. However, intermediate players can also benefit from its exceptional grip, finding it easier to generate spin and depth on their shots, aiding skill development. As for placement, while many professional players use it on the backhand, often because they are required to use a Chinese rubber on the forehand, the rubber's characteristics, its firm sponge, and immense power make it an excellent choice for the forehand for most advanced amateur players. It can be used on the backhand if you have a very powerful and technically proficient backhand technique. For blade pairing, the conventional wisdom applies. A harder rubber often pairs well with a slightly softer, flexible blade, such as an inner carbon fiber or even a wood blade, to enhance dwell time and control. However, it can also perform brilliantly on stiff outer carbon blades for players who seek maximum speed and directness. In conclusion, the Butterfly ZYRE-03 is not merely an evolution, it's a revolution in rubber design. With its radical Ricochet technology and ultra-thick sponge, it sets a new benchmark for spin potential, all while offering surprising durability and a unique, refined feel. It challenges players to embrace a spin-dominant game and offers a level of performance that truly pushes the sport forward. So, there you have it. The Butterfly ZYRE-03, a rubber that promises to shift the paradigm towards a new spin-dominated era. But here's the final thing to ponder. This masterpiece of engineering is not yet officially on the market. And with such groundbreaking technology, the big question is, what will it cost? Given its position as a flagship product, destined to sit atop the Butterfly lineup, and considering the advanced Ricochet technology and ultra-thick spring sponge X, we can expect a premium price tag. It will likely be positioned at the very top end of the market, potentially matching or even exceeding the price of the current Dignics series. So, I put the question to you, if the ZYRE-03 comes with that premium price, what would your expectations be? Would you demand unparalleled durability to match its performance? Would you expect it to be a clear, undeniable upgrade in every department? The stage is set. The only thing left to do is wait for its official arrival and see if it truly lives up to the immense hype. Thank you so much for watching.